Welcome back. Okay, let's take a look at volume of a sphere, which is a three-dimensional circle. Volume of a sphere. Okay, so the volume of a sphere is twice the volume of a cone that has the same circular base and height. So let's take a look at volume of a sphere. This is your formula. Volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. So you need the radius. Again, if you are given the diameter all the way across, you have to take that diameter and cut it in half and divide it by 2. Okay, so 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times radius times radius times radius. All right, so let's take a look at that. So volume of a sphere is twice what the volume of a cone is if they have the same base and height. So they have these two, so cone and a sphere, they have the same radius. Radius is 6. This height is 12, but I don't see a height here. So let's take a look at the height. If this radius is 6, that means this radius is 6. And that means this radius is 6, and this radius is 6. All the radii are 6. So then if you take a look at this right here, if you add these two radii together, this radius plus this radius, 6 plus 6 is 12, so that means your height is 12. So because these have the same area of the base and the height, that means 2 of these cones can fit inside one sphere. Okay, so we can fill this up with gumballs twice and pour it in 2 times, and 2 of these will fit into one of these. All right, so let's find the volume of a sphere. So let's take a look at this first one. Okay, so Clarissa has a decorative bulb in the shape of a sphere. It has a radius of 3 inches. What's the volume? All right, so volume is 4/3 pi times radius cubed. Okay, and we have our radius, so 4/3 times pi times 3 cubed. So you're going to plug this all into your calculator one time. 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 3. Hit equals, and it's a 113.04. Again, volume is in cubic measurements, so inches cubed, cubic inches. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at this practice problem. So we have this exercise ball. Okay, so what is the amount of air needed to fill the stability ball? So it says use 3.14 for pi, and then round to the nearest whole number, so that's the ones place. Okay, so now we have 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. So look, folks, we have the entire diameter. We need to cut that in half. So 55 divided by 2, diameter divided by 2, that's 27.5. So 27.5. All right, so you don't need to do all the multiplying step by step. Just plug it all into your calculator at one time. So 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 27.5 times 27.5 times 27.5 equals, so you get 87,000 and 87,069.58. Now it does say round to the nearest whole number, so that's this right here. So basically 69 will round up to 70. This 5 is going to bump this up to 70. So 87,070 cubic centimeters. Just pay attention to what the directions say and round to that. All right, so let's take a look at the back side. We'll do a couple of more finding volume. So let's take a look at number 16. A spherical boulder is 20 feet in diameter. Okay, so again, what do you have to do when you're given the diameter? Again, cut it in half. Diameter divided by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10 is your radius. And it weighs almost 8 tons. Find the volume. Use 3.14 for pi. Round to the nearest whole number again. Okay, so we have volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. Okay, so we have 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times our radius 10 cubed. All right, again, plug all that into your calculator one time. 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 10 times 10 times 10 equals, and if you round to the nearest whole number, that's the ones place, 4,187 cubic feet, so feet cubed. That's how you write volume. Okay, so now I want to do this one last one. I just want to go over what a hemisphere is. So basically a hemisphere is half a sphere, and it does tell you that right here. Hemisphere is half a sphere. Okay, so we have a diameter with 13 inches. Again, folks, what do you have to do to that diameter? Cut it in half, divide it by 2. So half of 13, or 13 divided by 2, would be 6.5, 6.5. So we're going to use a radius of 6.5. Okay, it says find the volume of the bowl. Again, we're dealing with the hemisphere, and use 3.14 for pi. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. So 4/3 times 3.14 times our radius, which is 6.5 cubed. Remember, we got to multiply that 3 times. So again, plug all of that into your calculator at once. 4 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 6.5 times 6.5 times 6.5 equals 1,150. And now that is for the entire sphere. We're talking about half a sphere. So that means we have to cut that in half. We have to divide that by 2. So that divided by 2 is 575. And this is inches, cubic inches, inches cubed. So that would be what the bowl could hold, the volume of the bowl. Okay, I hope that helps.